Yes. Oh, yes. Sorry, I wasn't.
Good morning. Welcome. I'm going to trip over things. It's just going to happen. Welcome. Welcome today to our Interfaith Chapel, and we are very excited to welcome Song of Wonder here to be with us this morning. Song of Wonder is a concert of music co-created by Nirmala Rajshekar and David Jordan Harris, which explores the theme of wonder through the music, folk tales, and poetry of South Indian and Judeo-Spanish traditions. Inspired by the rich, imagistic poetry and evocative music of more than 1,000 years in each tradition, they probe the many facets of wonder as gateways to an illumined and impassioned life. Nirmala and David are joined this morning by a quartet of distinguished musicians, percussionists Bopati and Mick Briola, David Burke on guitar, and Saumya on vocals. As a college rooted in the Lutheran tradition, we are committed to promoting dialogue and understanding among people of different cultures and religious traditions. We are especially excited to engage in this work through music this morning. Nirmala, David, Bopati, Saumya, Mick, David, thank you so much for being here this morning. For all of you, we invite you back this evening to hear them in concert beginning at 7 p.m. and wish to give a word of thanks to all of the sponsors who made both this morning and this evening's performance possible. Many thanks to especially Dr. Michelle Lewicka. Welcome back this morning. She is the first person whom we all received emails from about a year ago now, and she is the one who helped to pull together sponsors from across campus. And so we thank the Forum on Faith and Life, Concordia Cultural Events, Concordia Intercultural Affairs, as well as the J. Phillips Center for Interfaith Learning. And Song of Wonder is here also with thanks to a grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board, as well as funding from the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. With that, we'll hand it over.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie. Is my mic on? Okay. So I just want to underline the thanks to Michelle and to so many people on campus who've been part of a web of partners to make this take place. And I actually thank each and every one of you as voters, because that Minnesota State Arts Board grant that was referred to comes from the legacy monies that the voters of Minnesota overwhelmingly approved. So each and every one of you is putting gas in the cars of the performers that are moving throughout the state. And we were grateful to move westward through Minnesota yesterday in beautiful weather and to land in Moorhead. What a pleasure for us to bring our experience, our collaboration to you. It's been a dialogue of spiritual traditions, a dialogue of communities, cultural communities, and a dialogue of musical voices. And you don't need to understand anything about the individual traditions just to see this dialogue in the way in which the instruments appear. It's been an inspiration for us, a pleasure and a learning experience. Even last night as we were rehearsing upstairs, we were making new discoveries in the music that we're making together, the new fusions that we're finding. The first piece that I'd like to bring to you with my friends David and Mick is Shachar Avakeshcha. This poem was written by a Spanish Jewish poet in the 12th century. And the poem is so exquisite that it was almost immediately adopted into the Jewish liturgy and has been set to music using a traditional Judeo-Spanish or Sephardic ballad melody. At dawn I seek you. I lay before you my morning and evening prayers. You see into the thoughts of my heart. What is this wonder that the heart and tongue can accomplish? May my singing please you. Your soul is within me.
The music of South India comes to us from a few thousand years ago. This is a classical tradition, and we're really thrilled that we are seeking wonder through the journey in this South Indian classical tradition known as Carnatic music, a term given to South India by the British several hundred years ago. That stuck around for a long time, and all these traditions from South India became Carnatic. We are going to present Raga Kalyani. Raga in Indian music, be it north or south, is the very spirit of communication. It is the very spirit through which we talk to each other in the language of music. And South Indian music is said to have about 34,000 and odd ragas. One of them is Kalyani, a little bit like the Lydian mode if you were to take it on the G scale. You know, it's like a G with the raised fourth. Major scale with the raised fourth, if you can think of that. And what we chose to do, as in the true spirit of this music, is improvise. The greatest gift of Indian classical music is giving us, artists, a white canvas, an empty canvas, and asking us to create our own pictures. So together, we can make this happen. And it is not a solo journey, it is a journey by all of us. So we're going to create this journey with some melody, completely improvised, and with some rhythm, almost all improvised. And when Soumya joins me in this, we will then sing a created piece of music for a little bit to wind down this piece. But most of this will be improvised. Namaste.
Dani da ba da ba ma pa ma ga ma pa da ni
Wonder of improvisation. I mean, one wonders where does it come from? Of course, it doesn't come out of nowhere. And when Nirmala and I began to think about what would be in a concert such as this, we first looked at the wonder of the world around us. And then, of course, we came immediately to the wonder of music making, the joy, the channel that it is for us in our spiritual lives, in our emotional lives, in our physical lives, and of course the wonder of our internal resources, what each of us wakes up with every morning. In the first piece that I sang, for those of you who were expecting to hear Spanish, it was in Hebrew, because it's a famous Hebrew prayer, even though it was written by a Spanish poet. And in fact, the next piece we'll do, which will involve all of us and give you a sense of the fusion efforts that we've made, is again in Hebrew, Agadecha. And it speaks about the wonder of the Creator, the wonder of the process of creation. God is exalted by every mouth and tongue. He who did wonders and has done all with wisdom. Agadecha.
Tach kehal chatzu leromem lecha echa v'yechof rosh v'gomo lecha echa v'yechof rosh v'gomo.
na 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 na
השאיפלי ועשור בחוכמה השאיפלי ועשה כל בחוכמה הגדך אלוהי כל נשמה ועודך במובן
Wonder of cables.
The universe was speaking. So, this last piece, actually, you hear not only the dialogue of voices from across cultures, but the dialogue across the ages. That poem was written by, again, a Spanish Jewish poet named Avraham ibn Ezra in this amazing period of time in the golden age of Spain, in which the Jewish culture, the Muslim culture, and the Christian culture came together to create something which we now call the convivencia, the living together, the successful living together, and it produced a rare level of accomplishment in poetry, in music, in philosophy, in theology, in map making, in translation. It was one of the high water moments. And the lesson that we all learn from this is that it came to an end. Convivencia is fragile. And it's incumbent on each of us every day to reach our hand out, to open our ears, open our eyes to the variety around us, and to greet our neighbors as the bearers of good gifts rather than the bearers of problems. And may our national dialogue be uplifted by the strength of the variety among us. So on that note, we send you out into the day with our thanks for being here and our anticipation of our performance this evening. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for that. That was really beautiful. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the invitation. And we invite you all back here this evening at 7 p.m. But before we do that, let us express our thanks for this morning. May you depart in peace this morning.